Hello, I'm Isaac Farnworth with your 1pm Sports News Bulletin. Newcastle manager Steve Bruce said fans are currently paying too much to watch football. It comes after fans are being charged £14.95 to watch Premier League matches while they're banned from attending stadiums due to COVID-19. The Magpies owner Mike Ashley has called on the Premier League to reduce the price to £10. Bruce agrees and said there needs to be a rethink.
I mean, look, we're all delighted that we're playing some sort of football, but it's not the spectacle of what we're all witnessed, whether you're in the stadium or watching it on TV. It's not the same, is it? But in this particularly difficult time, I'm all agreeing that a five is enough.
Rangers manager Steven Gerrard believes that fans should be welcomed back to stadiums in Scotland, even if not every stadium is allowed to. The new tier system means that certain clubs will be stopped from opening their stadiums to fans. However, Gerrard said the new COVID restrictions shouldn't stop fans from returning.
There's a lot of teams and owners that are under financial strain at the moment, so I think it'd be a real positive if we can see fans back in whatever grounds it's possibly safe to do so. And I think if your area, for example, is not allowed, I think you just have to accept that.
A strong message was sent out by Spurs boss Jose Mourinho to his players following a disappointing defeat in the Europa League last night. His side's poor first-half performance in the 1-0 loss in Belgium to Royal Antwerp resulted in 4 subs being made at the break. Dele Alli, Steven Bergwijn, Giovanni Lo Celso and Carlos Vinicius were all replaced. However, Mourinho said he wished he could have made 11 changes at half-time.
You know what our best team is, but I always like to think that the players, they deserve an opportunity. We have a big squad and it's my responsibility to give them opportunities to play. My future choices are going to be very easy.
Arsenal club record signing Nicolas Pepe showed his worth as the Gunners cruised to victory against Dundalk in the Europa League. Goals from Eddie Nketiah, Joe Willock and Pepe were enough to see off the Irish side. Gunners boss Mikel Arteta was quick to heap praise on the Arsenal winger.
It's nothing to do with his attitude. He's a player that takes risks, and he's a very creative player, and he's the most difficult thing in football when they all know what you can do as well.
Celtic went 4 games without a win as they surrendered a 2-goal lead to French side Lille. The Scottish champions were 2 up at the break thanks to a brace from Mohamed El Younousi, but the hosts hit back in the second half to earn a point. Despite the result, Celtic manager Neil Lennon remained upbeat with his side's performance.
Played really well tonight and come away with a positive result, even though it could have been better. I didn't see too much lack of confidence tonight in the performance. In fact, I thought they were very positive for the majority of the game, and we looked a good side tonight.
Moving on to rugby now, as 13 Barbarian players have been charged by the RFU for breaching strict COVID-19 protocol. The players were also charged with providing false statements during the investigation, according to an official statement. The Barbarians were due to play England last Saturday, but the match was cancelled due to the incident. The England netball team have suffered a disappointing loss in their 3-match test series against world champions New Zealand. The Roses were defeated 54-47 in their second test match. This follows after rigorous COVID-19 protocols enforced a 14-day isolation procedure before any match could take place. A positive coronavirus test meant their head coach Jess Thirlby remained in England throughout. In tennis, there was British success at the Vienna Open yesterday. Dan Evans booked his place in the last 8 with a straight sets victory over home favourite Yuri Rodionov. The world number 33 won through 7-5, 6-3 in 1 hour and 42 minutes to progress and will face Bulgarian Grigor Dimitrov in the next round. In the doubles, Jamie Murray and partner Neil Skupski received a walkover into the semi-finals. Alpha Tauri have re-signed Pierre Gasly for the 2021 season in Formula 1. The French driver took his maiden Grand Prix victory at this season's Italian Grand Prix. Ever since being dropped by Red Bull halfway through the 2019 F1 season, Gasly has felt at home in the Red Bull sister team. Gasly's teammate for 2021 will be announced in the coming weeks. Hampshire leg spinner Mason Crane has signed a new contract extension, with the 23-year-old committing his future until 2022. It caps off a fine individual season for Crane, as his record of 9 wickets in as many matches offers a bright spot in an otherwise poor campaign for Hampshire. The British Basketball League returns this weekend after an absence of nearly 8 months. COVID-19 has meant times have been hard financially for all sport, but the head coach of the Surrey Scorchers Creon, Rafa has voiced his concerns about funding not only during the pandemic but as a whole.
Coach Creon Raftopoulos of the Surrey Scorchers. I'm also the director of basketball of the Surrey Scorchers in the British BBL. Just don't get the funding to back it up. And then the reason we don't get the funding is because they say that we aren't a possible Olympic medal sport. But how do you become an Olympic medal sport if you don't get the investment?
The Premier League continues tonight as Wolves host Crystal Palace at 8 p.m. Both sides are currently level on points in the league with only goal difference separating them. Adama Traore and Portuguese international João Moutinho could return to the starting lineup for the hosts. Palace are monitoring defenders Tyrick Mitchell and Joel Ward, who both have minor injuries. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in to our next bulletin at 1 p.m. You can keep up to date on our Twitter page at Solent Sports J or the YouTube channel at Solent Sports News Radio.